All right.
Hello, world. Welcome to episode 86 of the Jimmy Canz Show. It is prediction time. This Sunday, Survivor Series is coming at us. Rodney is joining me. It's been a minute, my friend.
I know. It's good to be back, man. It's good. I hope I'm loud in the mic. I hope I'm real loud in the mic.
All right. So, like I said, Survivor Series this Sunday, coming to us from the Barclay Center in Brooklyn, New York. Brand warfare at its finest. Let's get into it.
Let's get it.
First up, we will discuss the women's Survivor Series elimination matchup. Team Raw with Liv Morgan, Queen Zelina, Carmella, one half of the women's tag champs, Rhea Ripley, captained by former champion Bianca Belair, taking on Team SmackDown, consisting of team captain, the boss, Sasha Banks, Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, Natalya, and a member to be determined. Now, Aaliyah was in that spot. They removed her, have not announced the replacement. So right out of the gate, why don't we take a guess as to who will fill that final TBD? I'm going to go, because it's Survivor Series.
All right.
And it is a kind of WWE tradition to debut individuals at a Survivor Series.
Okay.
You had Taker, you had Rocky, etc. So the Shield debuted at the end of a Survivor Series, etc. So I'm going to say we finally get the main roster debut of Xia Li.
All right. And I like that rationale because this is the perfect spotlight. There's a lot of, like you said, it does have a history of introducing a lot of people that went on to be legendary. I think that would be a good move. I don't know if I had that much faith in them to work it that way. So I'm thinking same old. I think they're bringing in Sonya Deville to.
You think they're going to continue on her authority figure kind of stuff?
And her and Naomi.
Yeah.
So
and Naomi thinking it's going to be her, and then Sonya puts herself in or something.
There you go. So I'm thinking something along those lines. That's what I would expect.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So those are our guesses for the picks. So which team, Rod, do you think is going to come out on top in this one? Team Raw or Team SmackDown for the ladies?
All right. So my first pick of the 2021 Survivor Series prediction show, I'm going with Team Raw for the women's
Team Raw
Survivor Series win.
Is there a particular reason why?
I like red. I'm feeling the heat.
Yeah. I'm going to say Team SmackDown on this one. I think Raw looks like overall a stronger team for the most part, but I think Doudrop's going to come down and do something to cause Bianca to be eliminated. Which, then the strongest piece of the puzzle left over on Team Raw after that is probably Rhea.
Okay.
And then on SmackDown, you got both, Shayna and Sasha, as well as Natalya, who's a former champion.
Okay.
And everything. So I think, Team SmackDown will come out on top. Simply, also, they need to kind of continue to build Sasha.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that it's going to be
my reasoning was not nearly as scientific.
All right. Next up, we will discuss United States champion Damian Priest taking on the Intercontinental champion, who will have his boy Rick Boogs in his corner. And as Rick Boogs like to say, Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah.
One of the wildest things I've seen.
Yeah. So I went Team Blue on the first one. I'm going Team Red on this one, and I'm taking Damian Priest.
All right.
They seem to be pushing him to the moon right now. So I got him going over. Plus, I think, It's two baby faces going at each other. Should be a good match. I think Shinsuke can take the L without losing momentum.
Okay. I think that this could be a good heel turn moment or a heel tease turn moment for Nakamura.
Going with Shinsuke as for a heel turn. I mean,
yeah, for the win. Maybe not full heel, maybe accidental, something that can be played off as accidental.
I mean, but the other thing you got to take into consideration is every other champion right now on SmackDown is a heel. Roman's a heel, Usos are a heel, Charlotte's a heel. So are they going to make an entire brand of heel champions?
Well, not the titles aren't for the line.
No, the titles aren't on the line here. No, I'm not saying that. But if Shinsuke turns is what I'm getting at, then all of SmackDown has got heel champions.
So that's why I say maybe a soft tease, inadvertent, I didn't mean to bump into his leg when he was trying to suplex you back into the ring.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I hear you. All right. Next up, we will discuss the Raw Women's Champion, the man, big time Becky Lynch, taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion, the Queen, Charlotte Flair. This one's getting personal.
Yeah.
I think there's some legit beef going on between these two. Maybe, or maybe they're working us, but they seem to be blurring the lines between kayfabe and reality here on this.
I would love to find out that it was a work because we haven't seen this good of a wouldn't have seen this good of a feel like a true friction in a long time. Like, and I would appreciate the depth of thought that it took to pull off something that felt this real.
Which way you going on this one, Rod?
I think Becky because of that. I think because of everything and because of everything.
Big time Bex.
The stuff that we talked about, all the stuff involved. I think that this is kind of political too.
I'm going out on a real limb on this one.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to want either one of these women to look weak. So I am saying no contest.
The first appearance of no contest.
Yes. Yeah, this is not something that gets pulled out very often on our predictions. But like I said, I don't know if it'll be double DQ, double count out, something, you know what I mean? Something's going to happen and this thing's just going to get thrown out, in my opinion.
I can see that. I can see it being, them taking advantage of, even if the backstage heat was real, you watch the business long enough to take advantage of, because they're aware that it's made an impact. So for them to take advantage of it and to work it and have it be where the fight is out of control and the referee has to throw it out, that wouldn't be far-fetched at all.
Yeah, like I said, I just don't think they want either one of these women to come out of this looking weak. And how else can you get out of that?
And it will make sense for what we all believe to be going on with them. You see what I'm saying? It would fit right into it. I would buy that.
Yeah. So like I said, it's a gamble to go with a no contest because they're hurt.
What's the penalty? What's the penalty? We gotta come up with a penalty system for the no, because it's a big risk.
Is I just get it wrong, man.
No. That's a sunshine bomb off the top of the cage. If you don't hear that, we got to come up with something for that.
All right, next up, the tag team champions clash as Raw tag team champions of RK Bro, Randy Orton and Riddle take on the Bloodline, Jimmy and Jay Uso, SmackDown tag team champions. I'll go first on this one.
All right.
So let's see. I went Team SmackDown, then I went Damian, then I went no contest. I'm going Team Blue here. I'm going the Bloodline.
All right.
I just think, there's more cohesion there, and I think it could help set things up for a Randy Orton heel turn and a breakup of RK Bro. Randy seems to be getting kind of frustrated with Riddle's, goofiness and also his moral compass and keep coming out to other people's aid and everything. And Randy's getting frustrated, like, dude, stop doing that. Just worry about our team kind of thing. So I think it's going to finally boil over. And I think the Usos come out on top as a result.
So now I like that. And I have something to add to that.
Okay.
I think when the time comes for RK Bro to break up,
Mm-hmm.
the real way that they're going to make the investment into to pay off into my man. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank.
Riddle.
Riddle. Sorry. You know I'm high on Riddle. I think they're gonna.
Pun intended.
High on pot news. But I think but with Riddle, I think he's gonna do the heel turn. I think he's gonna, for all of Randy, he's gonna finally get the lessons that Randy's trying to teach him about all the compassion, and he's gonna blow up on Randy when the time comes. But I don't think it's right now. I got RK Bro for the win at Survivor Series, but just for that tidbit, that Easter egg for the future.
I hear you. Okay. I mean, it's wouldn't be bad. It'd be something different for a change.
If that's what's missing from him, and Randy's trying to get him to understand that because I think he's the next John Cena potentially. I told you 5 years from now, I think that dude's the biggest John Cena. So
yeah. Well, I mean, he's got amateur background, he's got MMA background, he's charismatic. He can
go. Dude can go.
Yeah.
He can take some chances. Yeah. So
yeah.
High on Riddle.
Yeah. All right. Next up, the men's elimination tag. This one's ever changing as well. But that's a Survivor Series tradition, and announce one team and change it all around. Right now, you got Team Raw with Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Austin Theory, who replaced Rey Mysterio last night for whatever reason. Captain is going to be Seth Rollins, the Drip King, and the almighty Bobby Lashley, who replaced Dominic Mysterio a few weeks ago, taking on Team SmackDown, which is the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy, King Xavier Woods, Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin, who will have Madcap Moss in his corner, and then a TBD was Sami Zayn. He lost his spot when he lost a match, and they are not announcing the replacement. At least they haven't yet. At the time that we're doing this, I mean, we could both be wasting our breath on both of these predictions. They might announce them on Friday, but who knows?
But it's fun.
It's fun, exactly. So they're your teams. Which way you going, Rob, with your surprise?
I'm going with old, in the words of Daffy Duck, Ricochet.
Ricochet. Team Ricochet. Pew, pew. Yeah. I'm saying similar rationale to my SmackDown one with the debut. They kind of already debuted him, but he hasn't been in a match on the main roster. He did appear at a backstage segment on Friday, kind of as the muscle for Adam Pearce. So I think, it's a way to get him out there in front of people. And I am going to say Von Wagner. Big Von Wagner makes his actual main roster in-ring debut. Like I said, they're setting him up kind of to be the muscle of Adam Pearce. So that's where I'm going with it. And then
Von Kaiser from the old Punch-Out games.
Yeah.
All right.
In terms of which team, I'm going to say Team Raw on this one. Team Raw just seems too stacked to me, with the exception of Austin Theory, who just replaced Rey Mysterio. I mean, that's a stacked team. I mean, you got Finn, first ever Universal Champion, 2-time NXT Champion, Intercontinental Champion, KO, former Universal Champion, NXT Champion, United States Champion, IC Champion, Bobby Lashley, ECW Champion, WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, Seth. I mean, list goes on and on with him too. Team just seems too stacked to me.
Right. Well, I'm going the other way.
So
SmackDown.
I thought you liked red.
That was just for the women.
Oh, okay.
The Fury was for the women.
You like red, but they let go of Eva Marie. You don't have all red everything anymore.
Yeah. It's gonna be in honor of So I'm gonna make it even more interesting for our viewers.
Yeah.
Team SmackDown wins with the debut of a new faction like the Nexus coming and destroying everything.
Okay. Any idea who is said faction? You have any?
I don't. I want to say led by what's his name? Brunson. What's Rick Steiner's son?
Oh, Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. A group led by him, but I don't know. You know, if they're ready to do that with SmackDown right now. I know they want to keep it pretty separate, but a faction led by Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Just to make it interesting. Just to make it interesting.
we're pulling them all out this go around.
It's been a while. I've been away.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah. Well, like I said, me with the no contest, and then last but not least, WWE Champion Big E taking on the Tribal Chief, head of the table, Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Whew. Which way you going, Rod?
Roman don't lose.
I'm going to concur on that one. And along the same lines, it's just the way that they're booking him right now.
Roman don't lose.
Yeah. I mean, well, let's put it this way: whenever he eventually does lose, it's going to be for the belt, and it's going to be to make somebody.
Exactly.
I mean, or actually, I take that back. It should be for the belt and to make somebody. I mean, I don't. We've said this, multiple times with multiple different, individuals. It's like Taker's streak and everything. Everybody, okay, they'll do that to somebody, it'll make them. And then it was Brock. Brock didn't need that to be made.
Yeah.
But they did it, and it was what it was. It was a moment. We all remember it. But I just don't know right now who is that guy. You know what I mean? When they finally do have Roman lose, and hopefully, like I said, it's to make somebody. Who is that guy?
Rick Steiner's son.
I don't know. It seems too soon for that. You know what I mean?
No, Roman's not gonna lose anytime soon. He's not losing anytime soon.
Even if it's Mania, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, how long is this going to go? When, you know what I mean?
There's nobody to beat him right now. It don't make sense for anybody to beat him right now. Absolutely nobody. Like who makes sense to beat Roman Reigns right now? So it's going to have to be who is thinking?
I mean, unless they're positioning Von Wagner. I mean, supposedly Vince is really high on him. Sees him as a future champion.
But even Von Wagner, they have to build that up, right, to beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's that much. Just from looking at what I like, he's not that much further ahead of Rick Steiner's kid.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep calling him that too, because that's the part of him that I like.
So those are our picks for Survivor Series. Next month, hopefully, we come around and we can do NXT War Games. They've announced we will get a War Games in December. Conspicuous by its absence here, though, is the Takeover moniker.
Oh,
It's not
NXT exclusive anymore?
Well, no, what I'm getting at is this isn't, it's not NXT Takeover War Games. It's just NXT War Games. It seems like they've dropped the Takeover moniker now with this new rebranding of NXT as well.
They're not trying to take over.
Yeah, it's a developmental again, so there's no reason to try and take over. So but it's, I don't know. It's not a bad thing, I don't think. I think it lends to maybe being able to dust off, so to speak, some of the older names without it just getting busy.
Gotcha.
Like I said, maybe we can get, because they're kind of doing it with the regular USA special episodes. You know, we get a Great American Bash every year, you know, which is just an episode of NXT, but you know, they're using the Great American Bash. They're using Halloween Havoc. You know, so maybe this is the next step. Okay, let's dust off some of these old things and actually use them as real pay-per-view specials and not just weekly specials.
Yeah, like the champions used to be.
Right. Well, I mean,
on TBS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or you know, like I said, maybe we get a Bash at the Beach, or even old WWE names, an Unforgiven.
Yeah.
Again, stuff like they used what was it, the Judgment Day is another one that could be a good NXT Judgment Day. So maybe they'll dust off some of those without it getting busy, because it's a similar thing really when you stop and think about it. Back when they established the In Your Houses, and they started out just as In Your House, and then it was In Your House 2 and In Your House 3, and then all of a sudden then it was In Your House Final Four, In Your House Canadian Stampede, and then all of a sudden it was we're just dropping the In Your House and we're just going to name these things.
Maybe it'll be maybe we'll get NXT Bunkhouse Stampede.
Yeah.
Hog Wild.
But Bunkhouse Stampede as a name, yes. Bunkhouse Stampede as a match, please no.
What about NXT Hog Wild at the Sturgis bike rally?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that anytime soon. But I mean, like, because like I said, I did Bunkhouse Stampede on one of my retrospectives. That concept is a match. I don't know what Dusty was thinking on that one. I mean, the whole point of a cage is to keep people in, and it's so it's hard to get in and out of. So let's try a battle royal in a cage. It's like it was just two diametrically opposed things to try and work out, and it just it made just for an awkward, messy thing to watch. You know what I mean? Because they're either these two guys just punching and kicking around a door, or trying to make it look organic, trying to carry somebody up to throw them up over the top of the cage and not make it look like the other guy's helping. You know what I mean? It was just a bad concept.
The War Games is about as far as you want to go with that cage with multiple people in the concept.
Absolutely, yeah. The War Games concept is gold. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I said, Dusty came up with some gems. He also came up with some clunkers.
Yeah.
War Games was a gem.
Yeah.
Bunkhouse Stampede, not so much. And then the other concept that I loved back in the old, WCW days was that Battle Bowl Lethal Lottery concept.
Yeah. Battle Bowl was fire.
I always thought that was kind of cool because, like I said, it was that random pull.
Yep.
That made up a tag team, so you could be tagged up with your bitter enemy, but you had to be, you had to coexist with them for that match to qualify for the Battle Royal.
But strange how we got a lot of teams that could coexist though. Strange.
Yeah.
Strange how that randomly happened.
Yeah. Well, and then the other thing, you never got the two partners that would end up together. You know what I mean? That coincidentally never happened, but you would get, two baby faces together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People who could coexist.
Yeah.
Rarely was it like Muda and Steen.
Yeah. But it did. I mean, those things did happen.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just think that concept, I think, is a great concept. I wish they would bring that concept back within NXT and use that in a number one contenders aspect. Similar to what the Royal Rumble does, where you get granted that championship match. So, that could be the NXT equivalent of a Royal Rumble. Oh, we're going to do a Battle Bowl. So you got to coexist with somebody to get into that Battle Royal and then win that Battle Royal to become, the number one contender.
Well.
So there you have it. Aside from this, I think the next main roster thing, because they're not doing TLC this year, but we do have day one on New Year's Day as well. So
Day
obviously
one.
that'll be another one that we got to get in the can sometime in December, whenever they solidify that card. And then we'll also next month be coming at you. We'll do our College Bowl special.
Yes. We might,
So,
my Seminoles might be mentioned in that if we win these next two games.
yeah, you guys are getting there. Big win there this past weekend against those Canes.
And I got a feeling had we had Jordan Travis last week against NC State, we might have would have pulled that one out too.
Yeah. Listen, my Buckeyes just need to keep taking care of business.
Yes. Keep chopping wood.
Just keep chopping wood. They control their own destiny at this point. So
that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah. It is what it is, and you almost don't want to say it because you don't want to. But I'm seeing a lot of parallels with this team and the 2014 team that won the first CFP.
Yeah.
That early season loss, and then using that as motivation and coming out and getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger each week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing a lot of parallels there. Now, I'm not saying that they can turn around and completely duplicate and win, but I'm just saying I'm seeing a lot of parallels there where I think they'll get in as long as they keep taking care of business. Georgia just looks like a juggernaut right now, though.
The juggernaut. Not a juggernaut either. The juggernaut.
Yeah.
You know what though? I wouldn't be surprised if Alabama beat them in the if they played in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, I mean, the only way that Alabama plays them in the first round of the playoff, in my opinion, is if Alabama upsets them in the SEC championship game.
Exactly.
Because if Georgia beats Bama and Bama's got 2 losses, then this is going to be the first year that Bama's not even in it. Yeah, I just don't see them putting a 2-loss Bama team in with an undefeated Cincinnati there, with potentially a 1-loss, Big Ten champion, a 1-loss Pac-12 champion, and maybe even a 1-loss Big 12 champion. I don't see them putting a 2-loss non-champion in. If they were a 1-loss non-champion, you know what I mean? If they had run the table and then lost.
That second loss.
But that second loss, I just can't see it. I can't
see it.
And
it'll be to Georgia twice.
Was that?
They lost to Georgia a bit earlier, right?
No. Texas A&M.
Texas, that's right. So then if they lose, they lost to Georgia. I think they'll beat Georgia, and then in the playoffs they may beat them again.
Well, the thing is, though, is right now they've got Bama sitting at 2, and Georgia sitting at 1. All right. So
I think Bama will go to 1, and Georgia will go to 4.
You think that after 1 loss, even if they'll drop Georgia all the way to 4?
I think so because
as dominant as they've looked all year, if it's a close game, you think they'll drop them all the way to 4?
Yeah, I think so. I think the timing of it, and depending on how they lose.
I don't think so. I think if Bama upsets them,
they'll try to say that. They'll try to say that for the national championship.
But like, if Bama, it's not so much that, but I think if Bama upsets them, and it's close, that Georgia doesn't drop any lower than 3. You know what I mean? So they're going to go to 2 or 3, and it doesn't matter whether you're 2 or 3, because 2 plays 3. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Type of thing. But they're not going to go all the way down to 4.
Okay.
If Georgia, unless it's a complete blowout, which I don't see happening. But I think that Georgia defense this year is just so good. Their offense is not a world beater, but their defense is so good, and it just shuts other teams down, and they just keep getting more opportunities. I think that's why they're putting up the points. I don't necessarily think it's a high-powered offense. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll dive even deeper, and that's why they got to tune into the prediction show.
Yeah, yeah. So, as always, give us a like, a share, subscribe wherever you are. We hope you're doing well. Take care of one another, and we will see you when we see you.